wasn't comfortable really receiving the ball. And it's thudded into his gloves many a times. Some have jumped, some have come at a rapid pace.
चाहिए चांद सा रोशन चेहरा नए लक से। धूल मिट्टी से स्किन डल होती है जैसे ये बीड्स। विटामिन सी और ग्लिसरीन वाली लक्स ग्लो टेक्नोलॉजी स्किन को रोशन करे। नया लक्स जो दे चांद सा रोशन चेहरा।
Cricket means a lot to Pakistan. I say it's in our blood.
एक शेर की वो शर्ट पहनी हुई थी टाइगर की. If you play like a corner tiger, we will win the World Cup.
कोका कोला के साथ जीते हर हफ्ते 1800 सीसी कार. कैप के अंदर कोड ढूंढे, मिस्ड कॉल दें, कॉल बैक आने पर कोड एंटर करें और जीते हर हफ्ते 1800 सीसी कार.
As late as possible, as they say, on a seeming condition. You've got to do that regularly, and then you've got to fight. In this circuit, you get world-class bowlers, and so if you give up easily and are able to fight, then your tenure obviously reduces at the crease. The chances to succeed reduce.
More chances against Pakistan can help against Ace Battery, also maybe exploring that opportunity of going to England and playing county cricket.
Yes, I mean, it was a great series, and he made the headlines, and that's what you do as an opener against Pakistan. That's a lovely delivery, shape away, and it had more bounce this time. Just hang in there. I think that is what Afghanistan need to do. 10-run partnership of 22, and it is difficult at pace to manage that line and that sideways movement. Yeah, so making the headlines, and I think he did make the headlines with that powerful 150. Gets Afghanistan in the headlines as well for all the right reasons. And he's got to look to do that more often.
Beaten with a beauty. Movement away from the right hand of the outswinger. 9 overs gone, 27 for 1 Afghanistan.
चाहिए चांद सा रोशन चेहरा नए लक से। धूल मिट्टी से स्किन डल होती है जैसे ये बीड्स। विटामिन सी और ग्लिसरीन वाली लक्स ग्लो टेक्नोलॉजी स्किन को रोशन करे। नया लक्स जो दे चांद सा रोशन चेहरा।
कोका कोला के साथ जीते हर हफ्ते 1800 सीसी कार. कैप के अंदर कोड ढूंढे, मिस्ड कॉल दें, कॉल बैक आने पर कोड एंटर करें और जीते हर हफ्ते 1800 सीसी कार.
विटामिन सी और ग्लिसरीन वाली लक्स ग्लो टेक्नोलॉजी स्किन को रोशन करे। लक्स जो दे चांद सा रोशन चेहरा।
36 for 1. Afghanistan not far behind, 27 for 1. There has been conscious effort made to give opportunities to young and upcoming players from Afghanistan. Thinking about relaunching the Afghanistan Premier League. Ramesh, you work there as an administrator, as a commentator. You've seen the development of PSL. You've been there as a commentator for IPL as well. How that type of competition can help in the development of players, especially for upcoming talent.
You see, it's a priceless situation for Afghanistan. Youngsters to share dugout with the internationals. With the guys who have made a name for themselves. Obviously, ideas will be shared. They'll get a lot of confidence sharing the dugout with the greats of the game. And it's good that it's happening in 2024. APL.
Solid in defense. 5 teams participating. and talent from different parts of Afghanistan. 34 provinces they play cricket. It's been centered around Kabul, regions around Nangarhar. That might just give the inspiration to the talent emerging from the peripheral region of Afghanistan as well.
Not only sharing the dugout with the greats of the game, but they'll probably be taught about game awareness, how to read the situation, how to read a pitch, how to apply yourself. Look at Gurbaz, how well he's matured as a strike league talent. First preference at the IPL, first preference here for LPL, sought after striker. He plays PSL also. You can find 3-4 who can be the globe trotters for you. Then Afghanistan will be in good hands when it comes to playing the international circuit.
World-class spinners, Rashid Khan, Nabi Mujib, traveling around playing different competitions, and especially batters will get the opportunity to play against high-quality oppositions. The bowlers, experience of handling situations. A pitch played, just falling short of fielder at the gully position.
So I don't know why a gully is not positioned. This pair threaten Babar Azam? No. Are they looking to dominate? No. Are they looking to survive? Yes. So if you're looking to survive, then you can be aggressive against them, and you are getting these deliveries from that good length area to rear up. Get that man in.
Short point in position. Third man on the boundary, just one slip. The ball moving around.
Such a situation actually forces the captain to be aggressive. And it's a tailor-made situation for Babar to be aggressive.
Nicely punched into the gap. Should be back for third.
He's got a rocket arm, Wasim Jr. But it was threaded through beautifully. There's a narrow gap in the... Very nicely playing that one. Hitting the square and that extra bit of bounce, making sure that the ball avoided that shot point fielder.
Is there a nick? The finger is up. Ibrahim Jadran walks back to the pavilion.
Squeezes as a batting unit. The chances are slim here for Afghanistan to deal with that extra bit of spice, life, sideways movement of the surface. That one came back. Wobbly seam, feather edge to keeper's gloves. Easily done by the keeper. Fahim Ashraf is just about the right pace and the right bowler to tease you and send you back to the dugout. Zadran gone for naught, 30 for 2.
हब्स भरी दोपहर में चिपचिपाहट सी फैली मेरे हर सू पूरा दिन बस गर्मी और पसीना भाड़ में जाए ये महीना जी चाहता है इसकी तो स्प्राइट लगा ठंड रख
विटामिन सी और ग्लिसरीन वाली लक्स ग्लो टेक्नोलॉजी स्किन को रोशन करे। लक्स जो दे चांद सा रोशन चेहरा।
Afghanistan, man for crisis, for difficult situations.
After signal by the umpire. All players allowed outside the 30-yard circle. Pakistan would want more in the ring. They're bossing this. 30 for 2, Afghanistan struggling. He got a good one from Fahim Ashraf. It was a little fuller and it was straight, but awkward bounce, extra bit of bounce, taking the edge of the bat, and Rizwan making no mistake. Must be a confidence booster for Fahim Ashraf, making an appearance after 2 years. So when the bounce is variable, you've got to keep your bat very close to your pad, very close to your body, because let's have a look at the variable bounce. So what happens is if you have a high wind, then you can miss the ball. And these are difficult deliveries to tackle. Well, that one scooting along, others are reared, and so what you need to do is to make sure that your bat is alongside your body. And you're looking to defend.
And awareness about what can be done on given surface, identifying the shots. Do they identify the shots before coming into bat, or just assess the situation, pitch conditions, because they keep changing at times?
I think you go about batting on a surface like this, and then there was this great template of Rizwan and Babar as a pair. They were very, very cautious early on. Nothing happened for the first 10 overs when they were together. It was all about managing the situation and not getting out.
Almost chopped that one onto the stumps. Hard hands. Will pick up a lucky boundary.
Yeah, it's not a pitch where you play with hard hands. It's about playing with your wrist and playing it late. I'm sure the pressure of scoreboard and the run rate subsiding, dwindling a little bit, is causing a bit of stir in the mind of the batters.
Also, after playing false shot, erasing that shot from the memory, blanking the mind. Airborne. And the miss will prompt the batter to come back for the second, just a single. A boundary and a single from the over. 11 overs gone, 35 for 2.
चाहिए चांद सा रोशन चेहरा नए लक से। धूल मिट्टी से स्किन डल होती है जैसे ये बीड्स। विटामिन सी और ग्लिसरीन वाली लक्स ग्लो टेक्नोलॉजी स्किन को रोशन करे। नया लक्स जो दे चांद सा रोशन चेहरा।
कोका कोला के साथ जीते हर हफ्ते 1800 सीसी कार। कैप के अंदर कोड ढूंढे, मिस्ड कॉल दें, कॉल बैक आने पर कोड एंटर करें और जीते हर हफ्ते 1800 सीसी कार।
These are tough conditions to bat at the moment. Afghanistan are 2 down for 35 in 11 overs. Happy captain getting a half century to his credit as well, and his team has been responding well with ball in hand. A lot is happening up the pitch. Riyaz 22. Ashmatullah yet to open his account. Airborne coming fine. A streaky boundary for Riyaz.
Well, you got to be lucky to survive on this pitch. He was clearly late on that short ball. Lucky in the end. That could have been a top edge or a keeper's catch.
This pitch reminds me pitches in South Africa, Durban, or pitches in West Indies, especially in early 90s or 80s. You played in that era, Ramesh. How challenging was that for you?
Very challenging, because it was about self-preservation. It was then about surviving as an individual to make it for the next match, scoring few runs. It was extremely difficult. And early on against the Windies, when they were in their prime, we were a bit like Afghanistan is today. So every team goes through this. It's a rebuilding process for Afghanistan. It's about learning from Matt's situation. It's about not giving up, about learning from this experience. And so if you got a 50 against West Indies, you know, when they were on top of the world, it meant everything to you, to the team. In fact, all the teammates got impressed, and you would sort of be picked again, unfortunately, against them for the series, because even if you wanted to be the 12th man, you couldn't. It's about having strong body language. I think a challenge demands you to have a strong body language, and that is what we've seen from Riaz so far. He's not flinched, and he's played that shot well, getting right behind the line of the ball. So what happens is that if you bat like that, it gives a lot of calmness to the dugout. So you're sending strong signals back to the mates that, look, this is manageable. This is a doable job. So yes, you'll get an awkward delivery every now and then. You can survive it, and then, as you said, blank it out and move on.
Any interesting battle between bowlers and yourself in that era in West Indies, if you remember?
It was ball bossing us all the time. There was no conversation because you didn't last long enough to have a conversation.
The boundary of the first ball, 4 dot balls. Riaz 26 of 45, patient, trying to weather the storm on the pace bowling attack of Pakistan. Ball is moving around in different bounds as well. A lot of challenges. He's coming back in the side. That itself is a challenge to cement your position in the team. Playing it late. Just 4 from the over. 12 gone, 39 for 2. Afghanistan need another 230 runs to win from 38 overs. Plenty of batters to come. 2 batters. Riaz with good technique, relatively. And Hashmat with a lot of experience. Sadab Khan, the leg spinner into the attack. And this should be interesting because good player of spin bowling. Afghanistan batters.
This is their window of opportunity against spin. Pakistan not as heavyweight as Afghanistan spinners. So you can put them under pressure.
Strike rotation is going to be key. Getting into the second gear, third gear, shifting momentum slowly rather than looking to attack straight away, get into the game. Required rate, just about 6.
the other thing is that when you're forced into a shell, it becomes just a little bit tough to get out of it. Because you forget about aggression, you forget about how good you are against certain deliveries, certain lengths. For example, that full toss in a normal situation would have been put away for 4. But because they've been forced into, it's not exactly submission, but forced into a defensive frame of mind, that you miss out on such deliveries. Somehow they've got to reboot. Especially against Shadab, and Nawaz will be on show very soon as well. Look at that, it reared from the good length, it had spin and everything, and difficult.
Getting the ball to drift and turn and bounce. Would there be a fielder, a short leg position?
My point is, who should be setting the field for these bowlers? The bowlers themselves. Because they've played enough cricket to realize what works for them. They're reading the batsman better than the captain. They know how much the ball is turning or seaming around. They should be setting the field.
Oh, that ball, googly. Turned away from the left-hand batter. 3 runs from the over, 13 gone, 42 for 2, Afghanistan.
विटामिन सी और ग्लिसरीन वाली लक्स ग्लो टेक्नोलॉजी स्किन को रोशन करे। लक्स जो दे चांद सा रोशन चेहरा।
हब्स भरी दोपहर में चिपचिपाहट सी फैली मेरे हर सू, पूरा दिन बस गर्मी और पसीना, भाड़ में जाए ये महीना, जी चाहता है इसकी तो स्प्राइट लगा ठंडक।
क्या आपने अपने बिजनेस की प्रमोशन करनी है या क्या आपको पर्सनलाइज्ड शाउट आउट चाहिए किसी भी सेलिब्रिटी से, तो आज ही डाउनलोड द starbazaar.pk ऐप और पाएं पर्सनलाइज्ड शाउट आउट या बिजनेस प्रमोशन जस्ट अ फ्यू स्टेप्स। ऑर्डर नाउ।
So best of luck to Nepal. Afghanistan will be there, so this is a good series for them to learn from Pakistan, and what better to do next time when they are involved against Pakistan and in Asia Cup.
Afghanistan will be playing 2 matches in Lahore, and they spend a lot of time here in Sri Lanka. Conditioning camps, series against Sri Lanka. 8 teams playing here as well. Conditioned players for the situations, for the conditions for Afghanistan. There has been some planning behind staging the series here in Sri Lanka as well. Easily playing this.
I just hope we get better pitches here in Sri Lanka. You'll get great pitches in Pakistan, great batting surfaces. It's good in a way that they'll be playing a couple of matches in Lahore. They'll get some confidence, runs under the belt, and come here on difficult pitches. You can deal with that situation when you're in good form as a batting side. Deal with that a little better, what I've meant to say. Good pace, 141 clicks. And that's the other thing about Pakistan bowling attack and some of the bench strength that they've got. Last time we counted, there were 14 fast bowlers in Pakistan circuit that could bowl more than 140 clicks. 140 plus. That is such a value.
Bounce. Also in Asian conditions, Australia coming to India and beating them in Indian conditions because of their fast bowlers. In the World Cup, Asia Cup, fast bowlers will have a big role to play against big teams with the possibility of dew as well.
I think in 50 overs cricket, you'll get the advantage of reverse swing as well. Pakistan are quite well equipped to bowl reverse. That'll be an added advantage to Shaheen Afridi and company. This fella is not bad. He can bowl wonderfully well with the old ball. Wasim Junior.
Hitting the seam. squared him up. That's where Afghanistan is also consciously working towards finding the fast bowlers. 140 plus picks. They conducted fast bowling camp as well before this series. Guides it down to third man. Also, they got Navid Sandana in High Performance Center in Kabul. Trained the fast bowlers. And we will spend some time with the Afghanistan fast bowlers before that as well in Abu Dhabi. A good crop of fast bowlers coming through. They need a little bit of training and conditioning.
Since the 2019 World Cup, Afghanistan's fast bowling has been impressive. It's just that so much focus is on Rashid Khan and Nabi and Mujib that they forget the value of fast bowling. And there are quite a few young upcoming fast bowlers coming through, as you rightly mentioned, with pace, with attitude. All they need is better game awareness, when to bowl a Yorker or a slow ball. That's a nice shot, beautifully timed. That will go and hit the fence in no time. Great end to the over.
विटामिन सी और ग्लिसरीन वाली लक्स ग्लो टेक्नोलॉजी स्किन को रोशन करे। लक्स जो दे चांद सा रोशन चेहरा।
क्या आपने अपने बिजनेस की प्रमोशन करनी है या क्या आपको पर्सनलाइज्ड शाउट आउट चाहिए किसी भी सेलिब्रिटी से? तो आज ही डाउनलोड द starbazaar.pk ऐप और पाएं पर्सनलाइज्ड शाउट आउट या बिजनेस प्रमोशन जस्ट अ फ्यू स्टेप्स। ऑर्डर नाउ।
which will mean the garden of Babur, where his tomb is. I'm impressed with your knowledge and history knowledge and all that.
I've got a match show, and it's a stiff contest. And you're winning hands down, by the way. Well done.
Thank you very much. That's really, really kind of you, Rameez. It's an honor being part of the same commentary panel with you, and we absolutely are enjoying your mesmerizing voice and the way you put words and you just add to the beauty of the game. Thank you.
I can drop the mic and retire now. That's gone past the man at shot fine. 50 comes up for Afghanistan. They need this. Bit of rhythm, momentum, bit of freedom to hit the ball. Over pitched and slicing it.
An excellent player of spin bowling, Hashmatullah Shahidi. He knows the areas, especially score of the wicket. Both the batters like to score of the wicket on the offside. Hashmat and Riaz, a partnership developing.
So this could be a good phase for Afghanistan. Just don't lose a wicket. Make sure you drag this now to maybe 100 for 2. And then it'll become just a bit easy to target that score.
It's drop and run. They follow the template laid down by Babar and Rizwan till the 30th, maybe 35th over. Afghanistan, they got batters in the dugout who can do the job. Gulbuddin in particular can get 50 of 25 if it's required in the death overs.
Pakistan through spin must look to pick wickets, and I think that's been an issue. Because after the platform is laid down by the pacers, the next in line need to be just a little bit more proactive and aggressive when it comes to attacking the opposition. This is a tailor-made situation, perfect situation for Shadab to experiment with that delivery that will probably provide him with a breakthrough, maybe more flight, or try to bowl him between bat and pad by flighting the googly.
Massive turn. He's tossing the ball up, getting the ball to dip and turn and bounce.
Make him drive, force him to be on the front foot, only then that extravagant leg spin or spin will work.
Nicely managed eventually. 15 overs bowled, 52 for 2, Afghanistan.
The required rate's gone over 6 to the over here. I know that Pakistan in their last 20 overs went at 8s. I don't think that this pitch is getting easier to bat on. There's significant turn, and for the seamers there is certainly some inconsistent bounce. And when I say that, the ball's going up, not necessarily staying down, it is going up.
Absolutely, it's been a test so far for the Afghanistan batters. Plenty of support for Pakistan today. And around the Al-Kandasi Stadium, plenty of them come in numbers. Another Kula in the far distance. Beautiful side of Colombo. Plenty of good places to visit, HD. Been here for a while.
You can go up there, can't you?
You could. There's a rotating restaurant up there. Plenty of things to do. The last year onwards, where Sri Lanka has come from where I was, that country is back to normality for the moment.
At what point here? At what point do Afghanistan say, right, we need to just pick it up a little bit? I know they will reflect on how Pakistan played and say, well, we can do the same. But inevitably, it doesn't really work like that. You want to try and stay as close to the run rate as possible. I don't want to let it get to 7 too quickly. Oh, that's quick.
I think with the new ball, especially the fast bowlers bowling the way they do, even Fahim Ashraf was getting it to rip through, and Mohammad Wasim bowling at almost 144 clicks. I reckon with the batters, it's important that not to be too positive too early. We all know how fragile the middle order of Afghanistan has to be. So what Mohammad Rizwan and Babar Azam did, these two pair in the middle, got to do that. The foundation. The last 10 to 15 knows if they can get 7 runs per over, they are still in the game.
But the problem for me is that if you bat at this rate, by the time you get to the last 10 or 15 overs, you won't need 7 and over, you'll need 10 and over. Because if they go at 3s and 4s, that will get to 7 extremely quickly.
honestly. I think it's been a fantastic start so far. And the runs making has been really hard. After 15.5 overs, almost 16 overs, is almost equal. 58 for 2 Pakistan were. Similarly, I think it's very important these two batters get the foundation right.
Again, pacey. End of the 16th, 55 for 2.
चाहिए चांद सा रोशन चेहरा नए लक से। धूल मिट्टी से स्किन डल होती है जैसे ये बीड्स। विटामिन सी और ग्लिसरीन वाली लक्स ग्लो टेक्नोलॉजी स्किन को रोशन करे। नया लक्स जो दे चांद सा रोशन चेहरा।
कोका कोला के साथ जीते हर हफ्ते 1800 सीसी कार। कैप के अंदर कोड ढूंढे, मिस्ड कॉल दें, कॉल बैक आने पर कोड एंटर करें और जीते हर हफ्ते 1800 सीसी कार।
Riaz is 32 or 55. He's hung in there. He was thrust to the top of the order because of Ibrahim Zadran had been off the field for a period of time, so he couldn't open the batting. So what's happening at the moment here is we've just been informed that there's some technical difficulties going on at the moment with Hawkeye. They'll try and get them up and running as soon as possible. But the captains are being informed that DRS is not available at the moment. Two overs since the last boundary. And that is 2 overs since the last boundary. He's quite a cool customer, the captain. Likes to bat long periods of time. Got a double 100 in a test match. Got that double 100 against Zimbabwe in Abu Dhabi a couple of years ago.
One thing that he has to improve in international cricket is to play fast bowling. Most of the teams in Shahidi is at strike to use that bouncer, the captain. Keep him guessing even in test cricket, even in one day cricket. Lens has been quite short.
Double 100 in a test match.
Something they changed. That's something that Shahidi got to look after. But when it comes to spinners, he got all the strokes to survive.
Look at he has a very nasty blow in so that can sometimes have an effect on you. Take a little bit of time to build up that courage again after you've had a nasty blow. You know, a lot of players get hit. It was a nasty one for him.
Spinners, he got all the strokes to survive.
Fairly defensive field still. They're bound to screen. There's no slip. Very tidy over. Just one from it. 56 for 2.
Goodly bowled that time by Shadab Khan. Don't think Riaz Hassan did pick it against the turn, but missed out. There was 4 written all over it. Talent was there as well as the line, unfortunately. It's been a struggle so far. 17 overs, 56 for 2. Fast bowlers running the show, invariable bounce, making batsmen uncomfortable. Even the spinners getting the overs through because of that.
So that Mohammed Watson's junior, out for 14 and 4. safe this time to keep him guessing. That's courage is their fifth bowler, as I said. Pakistan. Those seamers are racing in here, all going over 140 kilometers an hour. Defensive field still. So now they're behind Pakistan, or Afghanistan are behind Pakistan at a similar point. And that does concern me a little bit. 56 for 2.
Skipper Babar Azam has the option of having one more fielder in the boundary lineup, maybe 2. In fact, 2, yeah. Still attacking Shahidi with a slip and a gully. Very impressive. Looking for wickets.
Disappointing really with the 2 deliveries there. The captain gives you a slip and has a gully, and the ball's around leg stumpish. It's a little too tight. I know that Wasim Jr. doesn't want to give Shahidi width to be able to cut him, but I think that Babar Azam was saying, look, I need you to go across the left-hander here. I feel he might just push at it.
Good point, HD. It has happened to me as well on playing days. As soon as the cow point comes forward, if the left hand is batting, gets too straight, don't want to give any width. But in those occasions, Shahid is just getting back in the backfield. That's where I think if he can bowl the sucker ball just outside the yaw stump, getting him to the front foot, that's definitely a wicket-taking ball. And you need to have the courage, and the experience matters too. I think Mohammad Wasim Jr. played enough cricket in this highest level to understand that and get that line. Shahidi not moving his front foot that much, that will be a wicket-taking ball for sure.
I think Pakistan and Babar Azam at the moment are just quite content to try and get this run rate up. It's now at 6.5. As I mentioned to you a little bit earlier, just a couple more tight overs and it gets to 7, and it can get out of hand very quickly. By the time they get to those 10, 15 to go that you were talking about, they might need 10 and over.
He's hanging out with the back foot. Even that's not that short. Just back off the length, but Shahidi just batting so deep in the crease, waiting for anything short. And straight away after that stroke, the cow point drops back. Only 2 deliveries to go. Square leg goes down as well. Mohammad Wasim has to have the courage to pitch it up. The only criticism I have towards him, other than that, the pace, the bounce, the movement, all brilliant. But just that length in these kind of pitches where it's helpful, it's important. Deep square leg and cow point. Patrolling the boundary at the moment.
That's a good length, particularly for someone that's looking for the ball to be short.
Exactly my point. As soon as you get that cover, either side square of the wicket, the length becomes straight, much fuller. This comes with experience. Has happened to the best. This is where this young man got to learn as soon as possible. Plenty of fight for a spot with Nasim Shah, Haris Rauf having a rest, and this is where he has to grab the opportunity as soon as gets it.
Again, quick, short, well played in the end by the Afghan captain. 58 for 2.